Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unboxing Nietzsche. I hope everybody is healthy and safe, and I hope your loved ones are too. Let's see what's in my box. The first thing for Unboxing Nietzsche is a Krampus, or Krampus, if I'm going to say it with an American accent. The Krampus is a beast controlled by Santa Claus. You can see he wears chains because in pre-Christmas celebrations in Austria and Bavaria, Krampus, or many Krampusa, accompany St. Nicholas, are commanded by St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas, of course, gives good children candy and toys, whereas the Krampus carries naughty children to hell in a basket on his back. So Krampus is a Christianized version of a more ancient tradition, but I'm going to start by talking about how the Krampus helps us to understand slave morality, and then how the Perchten helps us to understand master morality. So I've got a Krampus, but I've also got a Perchten. No chains on this girl, okay? But first, let's talk about Krampus. So Krampus is the Christianized version of Perchten, enslaved and in chains. Krampus brings naughty children to hell. So the Krampus is always reacting against something. The Krampus is always negative. It is anti, right? It's against naughty children. It's punishing naughty children. Debts will be repaid. This is basic slave morality. This is weak, according to Nietzsche. So how does this embody slave morality? Well, the major critique of slave morality in his first essay from his On the Genealogy of Morals, Nietzsche's main criticism of slave morality is that it is reactive, that it is going against master morality. Also, you might notice here that Krampus has no grace. Grace is this supra-law, or what it is for someone to transcend traditional values. Grace or clemency is the ability to let debts go unpaid, right? Krampus needs to punish those naughty children, but a being that is supremely powerful, the most powerful and the strongest individual, will not need to collect on those debts. The most strongest individual has clemency or grace for others. Not really the case with Krampus. Very reactive and very much about repaying moral debts with punishment, right? We got the little kid going to hell because he's been naughty. But let's talk about Perchten, right? Unchained. So the modern Krampus rituals are a variation of what would have been called the ugly Perchten. But ugly Perchten is only half of the story. There's also beautiful Perchten. So in the darkest times of the year, the beautiful Perchten were supposed to attract good spirits, whereas the ugly Perchten were supposed to scare away bad spirits. So you see that the original tradition contains elements both of positive affirmation, I am good, I am beautiful, we are good, we are beautiful, but also weakened reactive states. The positive self-affirmation, which for Nietzsche is a hallmark of strong, noble master morality, has been forgotten in the modern Christianized version. So I think this is very appropriate for also serving as an example of what Nietzsche saw as the slave revolt in morality and the Christianization of European society, right? There was Perchten long before there was Krampus. Krampus is a Christianized version of the culture, or one element of Germanic culture, and it's a weakened one because it focuses on being anti, being negative, and being reactive. All right, I've got one more thing in my box to help me unbox Nietzsche, at least for this video, and that is measuring tape. What the heck does measuring tape have to do with Nietzsche? Well, in that second essay, he describes the sovereign individual. This is the person who is the ripest fruit from the tree that represents the development of Judeo-Christian morality in Europe. So the sovereign individual is the one who can promise. The sovereign individual is good at scientific modes of measuring and calculating. But also, because the sovereign individual has developed these capacities as the ripest fruit of Judeo-Christian morality, this is what also allows him to transcend traditional morality. So that although he is good at using scientifically objective forms of measure, he also is the kind of being who only uses himself as a standard of measure. So we might bring it back to the beautiful Perchten, right? This is an ugly Perchten, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So pretend that this is a beautiful Perchten. Her purpose is to attract good spirits. She herself is beautiful. So she affirms herself as good, beautiful, noble, strong, powerful. And she is also the measure for what counts as good, beautiful, strong, and noble. Like attracts like, right? But the sovereign individual, or a truly spontaneous Perchten, does not rely on others to establish the measure, right? True self-affirmation is about transcending the meanings and the values that others use to measure what's good, what's bad, and to creatively transform these meanings for your own purpose. So you are your own measure, right? For the beautiful Perchten or for the sovereign individual, her life, her standards, the creative values that she has transformed for herself, that's what she uses as a measure to determine what is a good life. So what she's been able to do, this sovereign individual, is that she's transcended this cycle of punishment, right? So much of European civilization is about, right, hitting people with a switch, dragging children to hell, and doing all sorts of worse things than what Bavarians and Austrians do at their Krampuslauf. So yeah, the sovereign individual is able to transcend this pattern of punishment as a way of reinforcing social standards and a way of forcing people to be regular, calculable, and calculating themselves. So we might say that this is getting past that reactivity, breaking that cycle of punishment. But really, this is just about being good, feeling good, being healthy. Now, in the third essay, that's where Nietzsche's really going to focus on what he thinks are the most harmful elements of Judeo-Christian culture, specifically asceticism. And he discusses how how Christian European culture can overcome the harm of asceticism by appealing to Christian values. So I'll see you later this week. And again, I hope everybody is safe and healthy, and I hope your loved ones are too. If you have any questions, feel free to drop questions in the comments or send me an email. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.